Yo, we back? Hello. Alrighty. Sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure I delete that motherfucking ass VOD, homie. Bruh. Alright, no more Vice documentaries, considering I can't trust fucking Vice because they're fucking weirdos and they have to put fucking Chad dick in their videos, so. What's another good documentary that's not... Somebody suggested this. It's like a documentary about live streaming. So I'm curious to see what it's about. And then somebody said The Holiday Guy, but let's check this out. If it's in English, that is. Apparently it's really good.
Internet television.
But let me just take a pee real quick, so 1 second. Okay. All right, let's check this out. Let's see what this shit's all about. Please let it be, safe for work. It's about the first live streamer ever. All right, well, let's see what it's about. Let's see how good this shit really is. This is the story of the greatest internet pioneer you've ever heard of. Wait, I didn't say they can make a documentary about me. Who's this guy?
Hi, Mom. Josh here. Long time no talk to. First of all, let me say that I love you. I always have. I feel no angst, anger, or anything of the kind toward you.
When Mom was diagnosed with the pancreatic cancer, when we knew it was terminal, the whole family was there except for Josh. And she was.
Why does everyone look like a serial killer?
In contact with him.
Our relationship has been sort of an odd one as they go. Speaking to you virtually is how I know how to do this best. I'm sending you out in style here. I mean, this is haute couture, and now, this is what art is now.
It was hard not having him there and just getting a tape from him. And a tape that was actually pretty cold tape.
I guess that's pretty much it. Good luck. I mean, I'll see you on the other side when I get there. By the way, while you're there, give my best to everybody, all my ancestors and relatives, give them my best.
Bro, is this guy gonna fucking shoot himself or something? What the fuck's this video?
The internet's like this new human experience. At first, everybody's gonna like it, but there will be a fundamental change in the human condition. Time goes by, you're really becoming in these more constrained virtual boxes. Our every action will be counted. One day we're all going to wake up and realize that we're just servants. It's captured us.
A few hundred years ago, the lions and tigers were kings of the jungle. And then one day they wound up in zoos. I suspect we're in the same trap.
Why would this video be TOS? I don't understand. There's no way you're a live streamer in 1984, first of all.
In 1984, Josh Harris arrived in New York City with only $900 in his pocket, determined to make his mark in the tech world. He got a job at a market research company and tried to fit in amongst a sea of computer nerds.
The lesson here for the children watching is eat your radioactive vegetables, have superhuman strength, but then you're going to have to wash that with your mouth with soap.
He was just a common researcher, but in a matter of years, he would become a millionaire thanks to something very few people had heard of at the time: the internet.
Moises, I don't need you to try me, homie. But thank you. The internet was not made in 1984.
Josh had a vision at a very young age, and he was telling me there was this whole new thing that was coming where we're going to be able to communicate with each other over this network.
In 1980, I was taking a course, and a gentleman...
Bro, the internet came out in like 1998.
Went to the drawing board, and he basically showed a diagram which would be kindergarten by today's standards of how you can have communications on a network. And it was obvious to me that this was the future. It was more like, oh yeah, of course, that makes sense. That's
okay, the real internet came out in 1998.
Online, and believe me, in the 1980s, online was not exactly fashionable.
And even back then, I can remember him saying, I've got to get into this now before somebody else does.
Hello, I'm Josh Harris, president of Jupiter Communications.
Jupiter,
He got the idea for Jupiter Communications. He thought there's a market to start doing surveys, statistics, find out how people are going to use this new fangled thing that's turned out to be the internet.
He saw that there were a lot of people who are going to need numbers in order to fill their business plans with something. So Jupiter had a lot of smart, mathy, nerdy, statistical people who came up with data.
He said, whenever you do a chart and you project towards the future, nobody wants to see a dot. You want to see a climbing 45-degree slope.
I made up my first report. It sold 400 or 500 copies at...
All right, this is going by too slow. I don't know. I don't want to watch this. It's an hour and a half of slow. Like, I want to watch something that's more like fast-paced, I feel. I think it's a little bit too slow for me, dude. What's a fast-paced documentary? I mean, I could watch this in my free time, so the guy who suggested it, but motherfucking ass, not on stream, dude. Somebody said, look up this guy. Let's see. This guy has 4,000 subscribers. What is this?
You think better than this.
Did you just suggest your own channel? What is this?
If you're a fan of Utica Ozaki, you definitely have to come here, pay your respects at this wall. Every brick has something written on it from fans of Utica Ozaki. A tragic end.
Bro, I don't give a fuck about Ozaki, bro. What you talking about? Alrighty, fantastic. Surveillance cameraman. Bro, there used to be this one guy that was really funny. Look at this. Bro, this shit was funny. It's probably exactly who you're talking about. This guy is so funny, dude.
What are you doing?
I'm just taking a video.
Why are you taking a video without asking us?
What?
Shouldn't you ask us first before you take a video?
Oh, you seem confused.
Yeah, you're not. We have this room and you just like barge in.
Oh.
Can you leave? Dude, What's your problem? Can you just leave?
Do you guys know this guy? He's just like... He just shoves the camera in people's faces and then just keeps it there and doesn't move.
Ask us why you're taking a video?
Just taking a video.
Okay, well, I don't want to be taking a video.
Why are you so worried about it?
I'm not worried. You're just being annoying.
We'll get this way. You ever go to the grocery store? You know, there's like surveillance cameras everywhere.
I don't know why he's talking though.
It's not a big deal.
Maybe it's his first one or something.
Can you please?
What? I'm just taking the video. That's all.
Well, I don't want to, making it.
What?
Can you put it down and talk to me? I mean, then I can take you seriously.
No, he doesn't
keep saying the same thing, and I don't feel like you're taking me seriously or respecting me because you just keep.
Only a couple, King Troy.
There's always cameras. There's cameras
Yeah, I don't know.
everywhere.
If I did something like this, I always get punched in the face. I would literally just get punched in the face and die, bro. Like, somebody would just fucking attack me. There's no way you can just point a camera at somebody nowadays and not get punched in the face. It's also just rude. No, I'm not going to do it because it's rude. Beyond Scared Straight, bro. Those are all right. Those are okay, but realistically, what's a good documentary we could watch right now? Because I have to pick up somebody in an hour, so what's like a good hour documentary?
Ice, Vagrant Holidays Surveillance Cameraman. Same guy. You need to start with episode 1. He travels without paying for hotels. Just sleeps in the woods or breaks into abandoned buildings. He spent 30 days in Europe for $900, flights included.
There's no way I would ever do that. But hey, that sounds like a good idea, but dude, sleeping in the woods, that sounds awful, homie.
Doc on how the Roadrunner died.
Bro, what is this?
Holy shit.
Okay.
I did it. He's under there. I got him. I fucking got him. Jesus, I'm gonna need a shovel. Oh, this is delicious. I mean, you know, it's like when you work for your meal.
This
when
isn't
you
a
really
documentary.
work
It's this Family Guy. It's this fucking Family Guy, dude. I like watching... Dude, I'm not watching a fucking... No, we're not watching that documentary, homie. We're definitely not. I like watching prison ones. I like watching documentaries of prisons that are like overseas, right? Like this one, for example. This one's a prison in Madagascar, dude.
A different world.
Everybody out on the fence.
Like, dude, Madagascar prison? Can you imagine how
With
shitty
its
that would
own
be?
rules. Often justice in their own hands.
In there, in the pool, we drown the sex offenders.
Zero tolerance.
Back to your cells.
Gangs. Violence. Drugs.
You can get all drugs inside.
And harassment.
I did it to make it tough.
And inhumane conditions. All this behind bars. in the toughest prisons in the world.
American prisons have nothing on some of
Nights
these
are the
overseas
worst.
ones.
When you have to lie on the floor like
Bro,
an
look
animal.
at this. That's ridiculous. Like, that's in America, a prison would never allow that.
Jammed together and turning over, allowed only on command.
Come on, turn around.
I never seen a worse place like this before in my life. No.
3,000 prisoners and space for only 900. One of the toughest jails in the world.
But then again, if you get arrested in Madagascar, like, how does that even happen? Like, you probably did it to yourself.
To be imprisoned here in Madagascar is pretty much the worst thing that can happen to anybody.
The guards are only equipped with antiquated carbines, rusty machine guns, and worn-out nightsticks or cudgels. But they also have a place that all inmates fearfully call the hellhole.
You get sick in there. I could hardly breathe for the stench. I had to lie between pools of my own urine and my own excrement. Terrible.
The hygienic conditions, intolerable. The inmates live among heaps of garbage, with cockroaches, rats.
What's up, King?
Lice and fleas.
I'm scared of catching the plague, or leprosy, or some other terrible disease. I'm afraid I'll die in here.
This jail is
also
home to women with babies, among trash and vermin, with no special treatment.
You can't raise a child here. The babies constantly contract new diseases.
They let prisons have.
It is
they
a
let
fight for
babies in the
survival.
prison.
In Antanimora, the toughest jail in East Africa. Madagascar is one of the poorest and least developed countries in the world. Average wage, less than $33 per month. The crime rate is growing rapidly. And the spread of diseases is a problem too. This is one of the last regions in the world where the plague, also known as Black Death, still exists.
Bro, how does the
Especially in
plague
crowded
still
areas,
exist there?
like in the capital city, Antananarivo.
Don't they have taxations?
In the heart of the island's largest city.
Nah, homie.
Overcrowding, suffering, despair.
The fuck was that? They don't have
The
vaccines
Maison
there?
Centrale Antanimora, a prison with an infamous reputation, known by its inmates as the horror jail.
So Mexican Andy escaped from Madagascar. That's what it all boils down to.
It is the main prison of Africa's desperately poor island state of Madagascar. "11 a.m. The new prisoners arrive. Pickpockets, crooks, murderers, rapists. The jail's daily criminal intake.
What if all the
And the
Tatianas,
procedure
though?
is the same for all.
Or looking
Likewise
nice
for
in
this
Madagascar.
newcomer. Admission in the guard room of Antanimora.
Yo, Ice, I just
Mohamed
found an app
Koto
that allows
Arisoa
you to
is the
display the
duty
front and
officer,
back camera
the
to a live
superintendent.
stream at
The
the same
39-year-old
time.
frisks
You should
the
check
new
it out.
inmate thoroughly
It's called
for
Mixed
weapons,
Cam, by
drugs,
the way.
mobile phone.
I'll check it out.
But there is nothing but fear, and his whole body
Thank
is
you.
trembling. First, he must hand over his belt.
That's got to stay here. He could use it to injure other prisoners or commit suicide. It will be registered here in our logbook, and he'll get it back when he's released.
Confirme-na ity zany hoe tazomina ety zany aloha dia rehefa afaka izy
If he can find it.
Well, that
Ricardo
baby's
is
in there, but
hardly
not
aware
belts.
of what's happening to him. He is here because of theft and totally confused.
I'm scared. It's my first time here.
An auxiliary guard leads Ricardo to his cell block. The new arrival has no idea how long he will have to remain. He is in pre-trial detention. Around 700 prisoners are locked up with him in this one block alone. 3 times as many as there should be.
Bro, if I went to Madagascar and I got arrested for any fucking reason, I would literally stick out like a sore thumb. They would, I would be murdered. They would literally, like, I would be picked on and murdered for sure. Because this shit is like, they're tough as fuck, bro.
I don't know what to think
I
yet.
couldn't do that.
I've
There's no
only
way.
just arrived.
I wouldn't even.
Maybe I'll meet somebody.
I wouldn't even live in this prison for a day. I would just be like, I would do anything to get the fucking guards to just end it, bro. Like, I wouldn't even be able to do it.
I know.
As every inmate in Antanimora, he is also assigned to a group dormitory. There are no individual cells in one of the world's toughest prisons, and certainly no bed for a newcomer. Ricardo will have to sleep on the floor.
We've just got too many prisoners. They suffer because of it, and there's no solution. The way it works right now is that you only get a place up there when another prisoner is released.
Hard.
Isn't the whole
It's
island
hard.
like a prison anyways? Why do they need a prison on the island?
Every dormitory has a cell boss or manager, who is likewise an inmate. He explains the rules to the newcomer.
We demand mutual
This
respect.
isn't Madagascar,
no drugs,
where the
no
talking
brawls,
lion,
no
zebra,
booze.
and penguins.
Food at 3 p.m. At 5, everybody back
That's
in the
just a
cell.
movie, dog.
Curfew at 8. Be
This is
smart.
real life.
Don't make any trouble.
Madagascar is
There are
not
just
fun.
too many of us in here.
Too many inmates. Far too many. One of Antanimora's major problems. Around 3,000 prisoners are locked up here in the center of Madagascar's capital. Originally built to house 800, all 5 blocks are drastically overcrowded. Petty criminals, political prisoners, serious felons, all packed together. More than 50% of the inmates have yet to be convicted. According to the Red Cross, they can sit here awaiting trial for up to 5 years. In order to maintain some kind of overview of the mass of people, there's a head count several times a day, conducted by hand, with pen and paper.
Nah, homie.
The number of
Bro,
prisoners
you could escape from this prison so easily, I feel.
is then noted on a chalkboard and in a logbook.
There's
The
no way
entire
to keep
accounting
track of everyone.
process is chaotic and hopelessly antiquated.
What you see here behind me is our archive. We don't have any computers, only some old typewriters we hardly ever use. We've got nothing.
Bro, I'll stream
We just
myself
keep on
escaping
doing
from
what we've always
Madagascar,
done. Here, for instance, are the books from the 70s and 80s. What else are we supposed to do?
What represents an administrative problem for the guards is sheer torture for the inmates, since overcrowding makes any privacy impossible, especially at night.
Bro, the smell of that prison is probably not good. That shit probably...
5 p.m. Roll call in East Africa's toughest jail. The prisoners gather in the largest block, then it's off to the cells, the hours most of them dread.
The rapes are unbearable. Men rape other men in there. I'm terrified it will also happen to me.
And diseases also lurk in the overcrowded cells.
There are too many of us in one cell, and there are fleas everywhere. You can't escape them. You can't even move. That's what's given me this rash.
They are everywhere.
Why do the voices sound like some from like the Who's or like Dr. Seuss or something, bro?
In their clothes.
But
fleas and lice.
No, I would never. I would not be in this prison, homie. I wouldn't.
It's a small eternity before all the inmates are in their cells.
I will suck so many dicks.
The last opportunity for some hours of fresh air and light. It's Riza Rapa-Noel's 7th hellish night. The 43-year-old is accused of embezzlement and is awaiting his sentence in Antanimura.
How are you embezzling money in Madagascar?
His sleeping quarters. Riza doesn't have to sleep on the floor. He has a space on the wooden platform, rented from another inmate, for $10 a week. But even so, he still finds it unbearable being cooped up.
The smell of the toilet, once the door is closed, it's impossible. You don't have fresh air, not enough air.
In order to embezzle money, you need to have a lot of money. That's how embezzling works, yeah? So people in Madagascar don't have a lot of money, so how, like, what is he embezzling?
Well, the fleas will come out very soon because of the heat. The cockroaches, don't know if they are already running around.
The old convicts hardly notice them. You can get used to anything, they say. Even 100-degree heat in the overcrowded cells. Prison regulations stipulate 2 hours prayer before evening lockup. For most, a tiresome chore. For others, a necessary prop.
5-star hotel for salmon.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, amen.
Up to 150 prisoners in a room built for 30. Locked in for 12 hours every night.
Where do they even have sex with each other, bro? Just in front of everyone else?
A very little space to move. Those people, they clap their hand at night to turn around. They can't turn around as they want to.
They don't have showers here, bro. Come on.
7 p.m.
Look at this place.
The last prisoners are now in the cells. Those with auxiliary jobs are allowed to remain outside longer. Now, it's really full. Zero privacy. Unavoidable physical contact.
But they probably just fuck on the floor just like that.
And for the first time in the night, the cell boss gives the order to turn over.
Come on, turn around.
5 a.m. next morning, they'll be released. Just when some of them had finally managed to get to sleep. Antanimura prison in Madagascar.
Why are they smiling? And yeah, why do they have to turn at certain times?
Horrible sanitary conditions. Vermin, insects, bugs, cockroaches. It gets even worse.
All right, so chat, hold on, let me get off of this. Would you guys, if you did a crime in a country like this and you had to go to prison, would you spend 5 years in this prison or would you just rather die? I would rather just die. I would never in my life go in this fucking prison for even a year. No way. Like, fuck no.
Imprisoned here with their children. Whoever doesn't comply ends up in the notorious hellhole.
It's damned tough. You're virtually sitting on your own excrement.
And these prison inmates spread the deadly plague. More on that later.
I think the worst part about this prison is the fact that they are so like tight together, like touching and shit when they're sleeping. Like I could deal with dirty ass fucking prisons or dirty ass fucking environment and getting measles and getting fucking chicken pox. Like I can deal with all this nasty shit. I cannot deal with the constant like human physical touch, like people touching me and stuff. I could not deal with that.
A new day in Antanimura prison. The weekly roll call. The guard troop and their officers gather outside the prison. They sing their garrison anthem, A song about the joys of harsh service.
Do they have toilet roll? Yeah, probably the inmate's hand or something.
Duty officers. His shift lasts 48 hours. He's married and a father of 2. He's been working in Antanimora for 15 years. He knows the prison like the back of his hand. The small guard room in the front yard is his office and the heart of the institution. The place all must pass, entering or leaving.
I'd probably revolt.
It is just as ramshackle as the rest of the prison complex.
I would rather try to escape than.
Commands a troop of 60 men and a small army of auxiliary police. His job? To maintain law and order.
I would just revolt, bro.
The most common incidents are minor brawls. Generally, disputes where one inmate has stolen something from another, or they involve food. Lots of prisoners don't have any of their own
Yeah, Marcus,
food,
I'm gonna make a
so
form,
they
bro.
steal it from somebody else, and we have to punish them accordingly.
Crime. Problems with what passes here for food. And drastic punishment.
What is that? Just
More of that
beans?
later, because now the cells are unlocked at 5 a.m. Although it's practically still the middle of the night, the cell doors fly open. After 12 hours of close confinement...
Middle of the night? It's fucking daytime.
Heat and stink. Everyone wants just one thing. Out. Likewise for rookie inmate Ricardo in Block A. The first lockup is over. Dressed in a fresh t-shirt, he seems hardly rested after his first night on the stone floor.
You just can't sleep in here. It's impossible. I hope I get out soon, to my family.
Nobody knows when their judgment is coming. Prisoner Riza, too, is exhausted after another night in Madagascar's horror jail. There is no breakfast. Those with money can buy coffee at a small kiosk.
Hey, that's actually not bad, though.
Riza has only few possessions, like most of the other inmates.
While we watching this, because this is the kind of documentaries that I find interesting to watch. I don't know about you guys. I think this shit's interesting. Like a prison documentary, but it's like
He
overseas.
hopes his wife will visit him today, bringing news from the court and something to eat. He's gradually getting desperate.
Well, since I've been here, I sleep 1 hour and 30 every night, no more. Because of the fleas, because of what you think of what's happening outside. But I try to survive. And I hope that on Monday, when the sentence will be pronounced, I can go home. I'll try to negotiate with my lawyer to at least I can get the minimum of sentence, at least 1 month or maybe 6 in the worst case. I think it will be the first death of my life, I think, but it's
Crazy how this has turned into
impossible
entertainment. These people need help? What do you mean?
Better than anyone, Superintendent Mora
Oh, like the people
is
who made
aware
this
of the
documentary.
inhuman conditions in his jail, and he makes no bones about it.
I don't think people make documentaries like this for entertainment. I think they make it to like showcase what the world is like in other parts, you know, that's not America. Like, bro, Americans are lucky, dude. Like, this is prison in another country, bro.
Yes, it is tough. Damn tough in here. To do jail time in Madagascar is about the worst thing that can happen to anybody. I'm being straight. Over here, we are not always in agreement when it comes to human rights. In reality, they hardly exist.
That being said, how bad must it be for a European? Block B of Antanimora. Bernard Venet has been in remand awaiting trial for 2 days. The Frenchman had a fight with a taxi driver. He is one of 2 white men in Madagascar's central prison.
It's shocking. For me, this is a total horror. Intolerable. And then there's the monotony. There's nothing to do in here. Nothing.
all day.
Les journées entières.
The 43-year-old bar owner comes from Marseille. He emigrated to Madagascar years ago. Bernard is not entitled to any special treatment. The Frenchman must sleep in a completely overcrowded cell like any other native prisoner.
This is my spot. I lie here. And there are another two right beside me here, and one over there.
58 men in his cell, sleeping like sardines in a can.
Obviously, it's complicated. Very complicated.
Future me, yeah, right.
An expatriate, is used to the poverty of Madagascar. He is still shocked by the conditions here.
This guy's stronger than I am. I would never do it.
In the latrine.
There's no water here. It has to be fetched from outside. We warm it up with a heating rod and then pour it over our heads. That's how we shower. It smells of urine, of course. It stinks. But, well, that's how it is when men live together in close confinement.
All for fighting a taxi driver, dude.
Cleanliness, hygiene.
You know, every time I travel to other countries, I always do get worried about, like, I'm always just mindful of, like, things that I do. Because if I ever went to prison overseas when I travel somewhere, like, in a place like this, nah. Like, I just, not even for a day, bro. I wouldn't be able to. I would literally die.
A huge problem in Antanimora. If you want to wash the fleas off your body, you need money in East Africa's toughest jail.
We have to buy the water. Well, we've got only one water pump there.
Doing a sleep stream with TTS on, bro. You would die from the 55 people in your
so
cell.
They are selling the water to all the prisoners, and if we want to get a shower,
you could probably pay the guards to have your phone in there.
Riza must wait. The showers are full. Although the sanitary facilities in Antanimora are just as dilapidated as the rest of the prison. Hygiene is a foreign word in this jail.
What is all that black shit, dude? Is that just mold?
Garbage and refuse everywhere. Leftover food rotting in the sun. Open sewers. And rats everywhere. Scurrying around, even during the day. The prison authorities can do nothing. There is no money. A high risk. Rat carcasses lie around. Diseased animals dying in the sun. A haven for bacteria and viruses. Madagascar is one of the few countries where the plague is still a problem, causing dozens of deaths each year. Fleas infesting the rats.
Dude, if the plague still exists in Madagascar, then that means everywhere in the Middle Ages, in the medieval times, they all look like this, didn't they? Like Rome must have looked like this for the plague to exist there.
Pestilence to people, and the prison is a paradise for rats. They intend to do something about it.
I always thought I wanted to live in medieval Europe when I was younger, when I played like video games, like MMOs and stuff. As I grew older, I realized that if I were to live in the medieval times, I would much rather be like Egyptian or like Native American or something. Living in medieval Europe would be like fucked up, dude.
A group of men from the Red Cross and Madagascar's Pasteur Institute in a barracks outside the prison. They plan to go on a rat hunt with traps. Traps with poison to kill the plague fleas infesting the rats when they run through, and traps with bait for the rats themselves. According to the organization, the number of rats in the prison has risen sharply. The situation is becoming critical.
imagine if there is a case of plague in the prison, you have seen the overcrowding of them, so the epidemic can just spread like that very, very quickly.
The fear? A plague epidemic in the prison would also spread to the capital, and then throughout all of Madagascar. Fear of the plague is also making the rounds in the prison, as if the health of many of the inmates in East Africa's toughest prison wasn't already bad enough. The infirmary of Antanimora. Even this is far from a sterile, germ-free place. Charities and relief organizations have been criticizing these conditions for years. The prison is rife with malaria, skin diseases, bronchitis, and tuberculosis. It is a hopeless battle for Antanimora's one and only physician.
We don't have any medicine here. I have to stress this. We have received no medicine over the entire year. I do what I can. Sometimes we get a few donations, sometimes the nuns bring something, but that is seldom.
Bro, that's what I'm saying from earlier, the idea that I had. I literally go to Madagascar, I fucking donate money to them that I make from stream. And then like for, you know, like $10 or something. You know what I mean? This is the idea that I had. Like they would be so grateful, dude.
The infirmary doesn't even have any paracetamol.
Like I feel bad, dude. That sucks.
And a pregnant woman is waiting in the anteroom to be examined. Nor is she the only pregnant woman here. The women's block of Antanimora, about 250 female prisoners, from thief to multiple murderers. This part of the prison is likewise hopelessly overcrowded. No privacy, no retreat, just like the men. And exactly the same problems with hygiene and cleanliness. Only here, there are children, toddlers, and babies with their mothers.
Billy Moore, English fighter that went to Thailand to fuck
even pregnant women
traps, but got addicted to heroin and went to prison.
Noelle Soa, 28, a cook.
Sounds like a good
is
movie.
serving 2.5 years here for fraud. She gave birth to her baby in jail.
They just let the baby stay in jail?
This is what happens. When you go into labor, the cops arrive and take you to the hospital. You're there for 3 days.
Prison fire sales, $5 aspirin, $10 Tylenol?
Then the police come
That's
and
fucked
fetch
up.
you with your baby and bring you back here. I never could have imagined having my baby in the prison of Antananarivo.
Bringing up a newborn behind bars. Daily routine here. And yet, under these conditions, an almost inhuman challenge. Nana shares the dormitory with 35 other mothers in the...
Well, let's just skip the baby part.
Uneatable. Nevertheless, while the women manage to organize and share their own food, most of the male prisoners have to rely on the prison food. The stocks for this are stored not far from the guardhouse. No refrigeration is necessary. A stuffy, dark shack is sufficient for this. Manioc. The tuber is the only nourishment provided by the state.
The fuck is that?
There is nothing other than the starchy root.
Is that a
The
Uber?
storekeeper provides 300 grams
They're
per
eating a bunch of Ubers, dude.
prisoner per day.
I tried it myself. It's okay.
Wearing Gucci? You know it's fake Gucci,
But I
bro.
couldn't
Come on.
eat it every day. My stomach wouldn't take
She
it.
ain't wearing real Gucci, bro.
3:30 p.m. Block D of Antanimora. The kitchen. Here the inmates themselves prepare the food provided by the state. Manioc, or cassava as it's called here.
Oh,
Every
there's the
day.
yam, yeah.
It's difficult to cook. Manioc is very dry and hard.
So they boil it until it's tender, for hours, without salt, spices, or anything else.
What's exciting about
Only
this stuff to me?
Manioc root,
It's interesting seeing things outside of America, like how people cope and how people deal with this kind of shit.
The inmates' only free meal of the day is dished up. The men manage to contain their enthusiasm, but hunger is still the best relish.
Bro, it's literally potatoes and fucking dirty ass water. Enthusiasm, by the way, come on.
I'm really hungry.
Food is my biggest worry. I've got no family here in town which could bring me food.
So it's boiled manioc root every day. Nothing else. Those without money.
I wonder how that tastes. You think it tastes good though?
Have no chance to obtain vitamins or meat. Even though there are no official statistics, the relief organizations maintain that malnutrition is the main cause of death in Madagascar's prisons.
I can't take being here. I can't be locked in a jail with so little to eat. If I don't get enough to eat, I won't survive here long.
Life here is...
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, when I was in autism camp, bro, they served me just the most... They had like some disgusting fucking food, right? The shit was gross. It was like beans and like fucking rice, like, but it's like bad beans and rice. Like, it wasn't good. But after like a month of being there, the shit like started to taste way better. Like the shit started to taste good. Like I'm not gonna lie, the fucking nasty beans was now like pretty tasty. And then once every 3 weeks or like once a month or something, they brought in pizza. Like, you know, all right, you know, like school pizza from like middle school or high school or something. And it's like disgusting, like just like the worst pizza you've ever had, like cafeteria pizza from school. So I had that shit once a month at my autism camp, and I'm not gonna lie, bro, it was like biting into heaven. It was literally worse than Little Caesars, the worst pizza ever you could ever have ever. But you know what? At that place, it tasted amazing. All right, and then for Christmas Day, they brought us McDonald's. Okay, we got to eat a McDouble. And maybe a Coke. I don't remember. I think a McDouble and a Coke. That was our Christmas. And bro, you have no idea. That shit was absolutely amazing. So, this like nasty fucking rock soup that they're eating probably does not taste that bad, to be honest. Like to them, you know what I mean? I mean, obviously it sucks, but over like, after a month, you're probably like, ooh, I can't wait to eat my boiled root.
Is very harsh. The food is really unbearable. Every day it's always the same thing. Manioc. It makes us sick. It's infested with small worms. They're bad for your health.
The guards incidentally bring their own food from home. The prison administration says it can do nothing. There's no money for better food. Madagascar is destitute. And the central prison is right at the bottom of the government's list of priorities.
The government of Madagascar gives us this food. Our job is solely to administer the stores of manioc and see that the roots are cooked.
You think they're embezzling all the money? Nah. Madagascar has no money. Come on. Where do they have money from?
Else for years.
What's their economy based on?
Oldest inmates. He leans listlessly against
they make money from a fucking movie?
He can't take it.
They probably get royalties from the movie.
He's been doing jail time
That's their whole economy.
For 38 years, and he's never once seen a judge.
One day, a policeman turned up and said, "Come with me." And then they put me in prison. I don't know why. Then they said I'd killed somebody. I don't know anything about that. There are no papers, no documents, but now I am here. Probably for the rest of my life.
Samuel is 75.
I don't know what you expect me to say. I'm tired, so tired. I can't live here anymore. I just sit, the food here, the manioc, I can't take it anymore. Everything hurts. My skin is peeling off. I just want to go home.
75 and you did nothing? Imagine.
To quench his thirst in the unbearable heat, Frenchman Bernard.
Although they chose him at
of water per day.
How do you get tied up in a situation where you get convicted of murder if you didn't do it? Like, you've got to be in the wrong place, wrong time. So, at the end of the day, it must have been his fault somehow. I would never get convicted of murder
to the tap water
because I don't get myself tied up with that kind of shit.
I can't tolerate it. I need bottled water. I'm lucky. My family brings it in for me. If you've got nobody outside, you're in big trouble. That's how it is in here.
The notorious prison of Antanimora. Horribly overcrowded and claustrophobic. Unbelievably dirty. But here is what the prisoners are afraid of the most. It is called the hellhole.
Oh, fuck.
More on that coming up later.
The hellhole?
The women's block.
No, we don't got time for this. I don't care about the women's block. Yo, let's go to the hellhole because it's almost about that time. So
isolation cell. There are 3 of them in East Africa's toughest jail. They call it the hellhole, and the name says it all. Anyone who steps out of line is locked up here for as long as the guards think necessary. Half rations, no toilet, no yard exercise, isolation.
No toilet? What you mean? Hey, at least they got a window.
If we only imposed some lax punishment, it would not act as a deterrent. They'd only get up to more mischief. Some men need something more harsh, and only this cell can stop them. That is really necessary.
Anyone caught with drugs, or injures a fellow inmate, or is found with a cell phone.
Alright. Oh, fuck. Oh, no, the cell phone.
Lands in here.
Alright, honestly, let me be real with you. I would rather be in the hellhole than in the normal part of the prison. Because at least I can be alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got a window, I can shit in a corner, I get food anyways. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I'd rather be in the fucking hellhole, to be honest.
I often get abuse
and
insults
food
from the men I lock up in here.
That's fine. Just let me die anyways.
Saying that they will kill me. They say, you're locking me in here now, but I'll find you after I'm released, and then I'll kill you.
Such things do not leave Mora cold.
Nothing's gonna happen to me in here, I'm sure. But outside is another matter. I don't go out evenings anymore. I don't go into the town's entertainment district anymore. I'm very careful what I do and where I go.
But in here, thanks to the hellhole, Mora intimidates the men. They all talk of it in the jail. This prisoner broke the solitary record, spending 30 days in the hellhole.
That's the record? 30 days?
All you can do is sit around in there. Sit around and sleep. But you're virtually sitting on your own excrement.
There's people in America who are in solitary for fucking years.
I didn't have any clothes like these. I was naked down to my underpants. It's damned tough. You can't even take a spoon in there with you. So you have to eat with your hands. But your hands are filthy with your own excrement. So, you can imagine what it's like.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's worse here, though.
Evening falls in the central prison of Madagascar. The people from the Red Cross are now going on a rat hunt in the men's block, setting their traps in the 4 blocks of Antanimora. It is the time of day when the first rats venture out of their holes, attracted by the trash lying around everywhere, and now the bait in the Red Cross traps. Unfortunately, this is also attractive to the inmates.
Most of them are eating. I would eat the rats if I had to, yeah.
during the day. So of course, if they can see a fish and some fruit, it's a vitamin and some things like that. Why not to imagine that I will be the first one to do it? If I'm starving, almost starving, will be the.
All right, it's 10 o'clock right now. Me and Kimberly have to go pick up somebody. Motherfucking ass. All right, but you got, listen, you know what I'm doing. Okay, we're going to take it day by day, realistically. We're going to see how it works. I'm going to go live tomorrow at 2, my time. Mixer. And we're going to take it day by day and see what's up. So I can, hopefully achieve something on Mixer. Like fucking partnership or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll do more than just fucking watch videos, obviously. But we'll, tomorrow, 2 p.m., I'll start it, play games, maybe go out or something. I don't fucking know. We'll figure it out. But we'll see, what we do when the time comes. But, all right, tomorrow, 2 p.m., I'll see you guys there. Let's go. All right. But thank you guys for watching today. Anyways, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Motherfucking ass. Kimberly, I think is streaming. Let me fucking see, because I have no idea. I don't even know. I can't tell if she's streaming because I can't log into their fucking website. This is the page that it gives me when I try to log into the website. So, motherfucker, let me just link her shit if she's live. If she's not, then I don't know. But I think she is. All right, so just, yeah. You still watch Twitch sometimes? Not really. I mean, I can't even log into the shit unless I'm in incognito mode, which is like a waste of time. But just make a new account? No, that's stupid. All right, that's the stuff. I'll see you guys tomorrow, all right? Peace, guys. Love you, and goodbye.